So guys, I've been putting up lots of guides on how to, craft certain things in the game, how to find certain diagrams, and I've been kind of misleading you guys, and I apologize for that, but I have learned the errors of my ways, and I'm going to try to make the most efficient, I guess you could call, guides for crafting certain things in the game. So in today's video, we're going to be learning how to craft swallow potions. I'm going to be showing you guys all the variations, the regular, the enhanced, and the superior. So to start off, you do receive the diagram for superior, or excuse me, regular swallow potion. In the beginning of the game, it's kind of like a starter thing that you get, but the ingredients may be harder to find. I know a lot of you won't find Novigrad as, when you want to make swallow potion for the first time. This is probably the most useful potion in the game. So I recommend, if you're in, like, I don't know, White Orchard, I recommend going to the herbalist there, because they're going to sell the exact same ingredients that you're going to find here. But you can basically go to any herbalist, and what they're going to do is they're going to sell a lot of, alchemy ingredients. So what you're going to want to find here is Calandine. And Calandine, I believe, is, like, it looks like a sunflower, not a sunflower, a whatever those are called. It's actually a blow ball. So Calandine is right here. It looks like yeah, it does look like a sunflower. You need five Calandines for part of the recipe. Now the other parts that you need, I don't necessarily need to show you, but you do need one drowner brain, and the only way to get those is to obviously kill drowners. And it might take you to kill, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6, which can be kind of difficult when you're starting out at the beginning of the game. But once you figure that out, it can become very simple. And then the other and last ingredient that you need is Dwarven Spirit, which can be found in any inn, I believe. Maybe not all of them, but a large majority of them. So basically what you got to do is you got to get all those, and then you got to get the diagram, which you start out with the game, and then you go to your crafting tab and you can craft it. So that's the first version of the potion. Now the location of the enhanced swallow can be found in Novigrad. This is the diagram, so keep in mind it is a little bit more tricky. I think there's an additional ingredient that you need, and you also need to buy the diagram. And I don't know how much it costs because I've already bought it, but you need to go in here and talk to this herbalist, and he will have it for sale. The reason I'm not showing you guys because I've already bought it and it's not going to be in there for me. And he is also going to sell almost all of the ingredients you need. He's going to sell 3 out of 5 ingredients that you need. I believe he sells Alkahest, which is one ingredient you need, and he also sells Calandine. Up here, you're going to need 5 of those. You need 1 Alkahest, 5, actually, excuse me, you need 6 Calandine, and then he's also going, actually no, that's it, that's all he's going to sell. So you also obviously need your original swallow potion to upgrade, and then you're going to, the last 2 ingredients, you're going to need to kill more drowners, because you do need 5 more drowner brains. And then the last okay, so I found it much easier to actually go to the good old farm, or the good old cow pasture, and I'm not going to be messing with the chart. So all you have to do is you need white myrtle petals, and you need, I believe, 4 of these. So you can either go around finding them, but I believe there's enough here. So that's all you need to do is collect these. If there is not enough here for you to collect, actually I think there is, yeah, right here. So there, that's how you get those ingredients. And then once you have all of those potions, we are actually excuse me, we were actually in White Orchard, by the way. We're just outside of the main inn in the main part of White Orchard. So that's where you're going to find these plants, and once you actually get these, you should have everything, assuming you have the drowner brains that you need and everything else, you should have enough to craft the enhanced version of. Now, finding the swallow potion recipe for the superior version might come as, a bit of a task, mainly because I have been researching, and I noticed that a lot of different people are finding different locations depending on their progression through the game. Now I am actually level 23. I've almost completed the game, the main story quest, and I'm in Skellige right now, which is where I actually found my enhanced swallow recipe. But many other people have found them in Vaneland before they could come to Skellige, and I believe that depending on your quest progression, if you are in No Man's Land, you may be able to find it here in this Spoils of War, which is directly west of Fyke Isle and southwest of Novigrad. But if you look there and you find it, that may be where it's at depending on your progression through the game. Now another location is actually in Novigrad, and you may find it during the quest with Triss when you're escaping. You know, you're escaping to get all the sorcerers out of the city, and it's actually right here. It's under the dock. There's a little passageway under the dock that you can go and explore and loot everything in there. You may find it in there, you may not, and then I found it. For me, I'm actually in Skellige, as I mentioned before. You have to complete some of the quests, including the Druid's quest. He basically makes you find... He pretty much makes you his bitch for a day, and he makes you find a certain ingredient, and he makes you do a bunch of favors for him. But once you do this, you can talk to the Druid in here. His name is Yolar. And he will have more than just the enhanced swallow for sale, actually, but I'll be covering all of these in different videos. He does have the enhanced swallow. Or, excuse me, I haven't been saying enhanced, I mean superior swallow in here. It's actually pretty cheap, only 55 crowns, so you go ahead and buy that. Now you can find a majority of the ingredients necessary to actually craft the superior version of this potion. Doing, you know, the same methods that we've covered already in the video. Some may include Calandine. Calandine you can get from where you've been getting it, and that goes the same with white myrtle petals. You can go back to White Orchard and you can harvest them there. Now, staying with this druid, he actually sells 2 more ingredients needed. He sells, let me see, he sells the berbercane fruit. You need actually 6 of these. And they're obviously cheap, 36 crowns for all of that. And you also need crow's eye. You need 4 crow's eye to actually craft the potion. So that's cheap as well. Now this is where it gets slightly more difficult. You need 2 vitriol, which is, I believe, very complicated to find, and then you need 1 white gold. Okay, so to actually find the ingredient vitriol, you need to find the crafting diagram simply just to make another ingredient, which is very complicated. But to find it, you must talk to Grimace. You must have completed his quest line. It's kind of lengthy, and you must be on Skellige to do it, so all you have to do is basically talk to him once you've obviously completed all these quests, and he will have it for sale. It's one of these 4 little pieces of paper down here. So actually crafting the vitriol itself is pretty complicated. You actually need white gold for the superior swallow recipe as well as the vitriol recipe. Okay guys, so to actually craft white gold, which is the final ingredient for the superior swallow potion, as well as an ingredient necessary to make the virtual, or whatever it was called, Vitriol or something like that. Basically what you have to do is you need 3 different types of alcohol, which can be incredibly, you know, difficult to find. You need the mandrake cordial, and you need a bottle and the arenaria, but those are basically very common ingredients. And then the 2 uncommon ones would be Redanian herbal and cherry cordial. These 2 cannot be looted throughout the game, unlike these 3 up here, so they can become quite a hassle to find. There actually is a few merchants who sell them. I know that the Crow's Perch Quartermaster, which is located right here, he's just the only shopkeeper. Actually, there's 2. He's closer to the actual castle. He sells them, and then there's other ones across the world, but I found the best one to be at the inn at the crossroads, so I recommend going there. If the inn isn't in the shop, I recommend meditating for half a day or so, then he'll reappear. But once you're here, he will have more than just the 2 rare ones. If you can't find the mandrake cordial, he also has that for sale. So he has all 3 of the alcohols here for sale. So that is really nice. I believe he doesn't sell enough, but all you have to do is exit the conversation, and then you can buy more. So once you have enough, all you have to do is go to your crafting tab. Let me leave this place first. Alright, go to your crafting tab, your alchemy tab, excuse me. Go down to white gold. You're going to need 2, so Hopefully I have enough stuff. Okay, yes I do. So after making 2 of those, you can finally make the vitriol into the little powder, I guess. And once you make that, you should be able to make the potion. I think. Alright, what am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I not missing? Oh, you need 2 vitriol? Oh, that's embarrassing. Alright, yeah, guys. So basically you need 2. Which means I'm gonna need another white gold. Hopefully I have enough to make another white gold. That's embarrassing. Alright. I already have enough to make another vitriol regardless. Okay, so... there, now we should be good. Then you simply have to make it. And it's gonna be really easy to do that. All you have to do is go down here. And boom! Superior swallow. So that is a long, complicated tutorial on how to actually get all of the diagrams, all of the ingredients, all their locations for the swallow, enhanced swallow, and the superior swallow versions of the potion. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you found it useful, please hit that like button and subscribe, because we're gonna have tons of videos like this in the future. If you have opinions on the channel, or you just want to let us know if we're doing good or bad, whatever, make sure you leave a comment down below, because we definitely read them, and we definitely, you know, love hearing you guys give us feedback. So with that said, guys, I'll see you later, and I love you.